Sorry, Skip, I can't go to the Edinburgh tattoo because my mum is dead against tattoos. Well, that was from a conversation that me and my fellow scout leader mate Dan from Silver End Scouts had a couple of days ago. Funny things that you've overheard at scout camp. I thought that's going to make a brilliant vlog. So I picked up my trusty notepad that I would jot down funny things that have happened at scouts or memories and ideas, and got flicking through it and came up with 10 of my favorite comments that I've overheard at scout camp. Well, let's dive into my notebook. This is a classic, and I'm sure you've heard it yourself as a scout leader, but a scout asking, what's the Wi-Fi code for the Wi-Fi at scout camp? And on this one campsite, the scout was really freaking out, running around asking his fellow scouts for their hotspot because he doesn't think he'll be able to survive the whole weekend without checking Snapchat, TikTok. You've been there, haven't you? You've heard that one. This happened a few camps ago. One of my scouts was freaking out, having to work out how to cook on an altar fire. And they just went, Mark, can't we just order a pizza in or get delivery? That's what we normally do on a Friday night back at home. Yeah, I suppose so. I didn't sign up for this survival stuff. Mark, can't we just do another virtual online camp like we did last year? Oh, I'm done with virtual camps. What about this one? Can someone remind me why we're collecting sticks? We're building a beaver dam. It's another brilliant one. After a week's camp, one cub turned around and said, this week's great. I haven't changed my underwear all week. Wonder what that smell was. I overheard this one on the group that was camping on a few sites away as I was walking past at dinner time. And scout leader was talking to, I guess, another scout leader or parent help or someone. And they were saying that the scout just was refusing to eat any meat. And then they turned to the scout and said, just told him it was burger meat. Sorted. They ate it. Great tip. Now, this one comes from the last camp we done with the whole district, the whole sections, Beavers, Cubs, Scouts. And on the Saturday night, the district put on a disco in the camping field, an outdoor disco. Brilliant lights, music playing, bit of karaoke. It was great. And Ray, my scout leader, turned to one of the Cubs and said, are you ready to party? And the Cub said, when I party hard. I love these quotes. You should do it as well. Get down your memories in a notepad and just flick through them. Brilliant idea. So this one is dated a few years ago, and it says, one night I overheard a scout whispering to another scout in their tent. Do you think they'll notice if I sneak a snack from the kitchen shelter into our tent? It's like a covert mission for biscuits. They forget, tents aren't walls. You can hear everything. Come on, scouts, you can do better. This one was from a few years ago. He's a young leader, but he's now one of my scout leaders. I'm not going to mention his name, but two young scouts were discussing this said young leader. And it just said, well, he's not the best with firelighting skills. According to him, he could give Bear Grylls a good running. Now, they started discussing and they said, I'm starting to think he's secretly training for the jungle showdown with Ant and Dec. I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. Ah! But I'm a scout. Get me out of here, wouldn't it? Scout leaders, I thoroughly recommend you get a notepad and just jot down ideas, memories, quotes, jokes that you've overheard. Just flicking through this notepad and reading these quotes, just amazing. Now, the last favorite quote of mine that I've overheard, I could go on for hours and hours, maybe make volume 1, 2, 3, 4 of these, but is this last one from a recent camp, listening to two beavers chat during the campfire. This is what they said. Wait, Baby Shark? It's not a campfire song. We hear it on TikTok all the time. I have heard that so many times. Maybe not about Baby Shark, but maybe another song, this song, that song, that we sing around the campfire. And they say, no, this is a TikTok song. Well, we know Baby Shark was written years ago. Then I think it was the Japanese family came along and they blew it up on YouTube and became a massive TikTok song and #1 song for weeks. But originally it was a campfire song. So I've heard that quote time and time and time again. So big thank you to Dan from Silver End Scouts for that conversation we had a few nights ago about really cool quotes that you overhear with scouts. And I thought that would make a really good vlog. So scout leaders, I recommend getting a notepad. Take it with a scout camp or in your back of your scout bag. And when you think of something, maybe it's an idea, program idea, write it down. But for me, it's about listening to the scouts, maybe sitting back at the campfire, listening to them talk about life or whatever, and just jotting down those memories and those funny quotes, because one day, you never know, you might need it. And that's helped tonight. All right, guys, thank you very much for subscribing to Big Man in the Woods. If you like this one, actually, give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you next time here on Big Man in the Woods.